Alright, you lot, Wildlife Moto here, and in this episode we're going to be looking at the SW Motech tank bag system for the Aprilia V4 Tuono 1100 factory. Now, over the past few days I've been busy getting this bike ready for a little bit of UK summertime staycation action. Absolutely can't wait to get out and explore some of the roads right here in our back garden. But a successful tour is all about getting your luggage solution right. And on the back of the bike, I've got the excellent Ventura system. I will be making a full video on that very soon. And this episode is all about why I think this SW Motech tank bag is an essential piece of kit when out and about on the road. I'll talk to you about why I chose it and give you a quick installation guide too. So let's do it. So one of the things I've learned over the years of riding motorbikes is when you're out and about touring, having a small luggage compartment that works alongside your bigger main luggage solution can be an absolute godsend on the road. There is absolutely nothing worse than having to constantly rummage through your main luggage system to get access to all of those everyday things like disc locks, credit cards, wallets, phones, chargers, GoPros, all that stuff that you just want at constant arm's length to be able to grab really quickly. You want to have that in a dedicated space for ease of access, and it will save you so much time and so much hassle. So that's why I've gone for this little 3 to 5 litre tank bag up here on the Tuono. It's from SW Motech. Really easy to install, but I will take you through all of the different steps as to how you can get this on your bike. Now, the thing to remember here is I'm going to take you through the Tuono instructions, but actually it's pretty similar no matter what bike you're riding. All you need to do is get yourself onto the SW Motech website, punch in the details of your bike, then it will give you the different options in terms of the hardware that you will need to order so that you can successfully install it. But the steps that you'll go through are all pretty much the same. So let's get into it. So I've got the Pro tank ring for the Tuono, and what we need to do first up is remove the fuel cap assembly from the bike so we can start changing out a few parts here. So first up, we need to get the cap open. Then I would highly recommend just sticking a bit of a rag or some tissue down into the port, just in case you drop a bolt inside your fuel tank, because that is going to be a world of pain trying to fish that out. The first thing we need to do, we've got 4 little hex bolts inside the cap here, so we need to back those out. Then once they're released, we can go ahead and take the entire fuel cap assembly off the bike. On the bench, just flip it over and you've got access then to 5 little screws in the back. We're going to take each of these out and they can be stored away somewhere safe because we're not going to need those again. Next up, a little bit of a fiddly one. In the bag of parts, you get this little pin, and its job is to help you to remove the 2 small hinge pins from the cap. This is so that we can remove the factory ring and replace it with the new ring from SW Motech. Just knock them through with a little hammer, and then you might have to pull out the pin with a pair of pliers as well. Now, with the factory ring out of the way, you can attach the new ring to the OEM cap using those same 2 pins. Then, using these 5 hex bolts and 5 nuts, you'll go ahead and attach the new ring adapter to the original base assembly. I just used a small dab of Loctite just to hold these in place as well. Next up, the magnetic ring that is used to actually clip the bag in place actually splits into 2 parts. The first part is screwed down using these 4 chamfered screws. And again, just a tiny little dab of Loctite and not too much force on these. Back on the bike, we'll use the 4 factory bolts to reinstall the fuel cap assembly to the machine, and just make sure you put it on the right way around. I mucked it up and did it the wrong way around first, which caused me quite a bit of frustration. So it goes on this way and all will be good in the world. Finally, it's just a case of using the 4 supplied grubs to secure the upper section of the ring to the main assembly. And again, definitely don't use too much force on these because they are quite delicate. So that's the main hardware now installed on the bike. Now we just need to go ahead and prep the Pro tank bag so that it's ready to be clipped in place. Now, I've gone for this 3 to 5 litre Pro Micro tank bag, and inside it comes with everything you need, all the hardware, all the brackets, so that you can just screw it together and mount it to the tank ring. The first thing we need to do is remove the red strap inside, and we're going to thread this through the little pulley on the front of the base plate, and this is going to eventually work as our release cord. Next, this base plate is actually adjustable depending on how you want the bag mounted to the bike. So the best thing to do is loosely do up these 4 mounting bolts so that you can still slide the bag up and down on the base plate. Then just offer it up to the bike, get it where you want it to be, and make sure that it's not touching any of the paint, and make sure that obviously it's well clear of the bars and things like that. Once you're happy, you can go ahead and do up the bolts. That's going to lock the base plate in place, and it's now ready for remounting to the bike. Last step is just to thread the red cord through the hole in the front of the bag and clip it in place. So now when you want to release the bag from the bike, you just go ahead and pull the little red cord and away you go. Now on the bike, I reckon you'll agree this looks absolutely fantastic. You can have it in its kind of native 3 litre mode with the expansion zip closed, or you can go ahead, unzip that at the bottom of the bag, and the whole thing stands up to give you an extra couple of litres there. I reckon it's absolutely perfect for all of those things you need really quick access to. You can chuck in things like your disc lock, a multi-tool, a couple of lightweight tools, phone, GoPro, all of that stuff will go in there really easily. This isn't about having massive amounts of luggage, it's just about having easy to access bits and bobs that you need to grab quickly, avoiding that pain and frustration of having to dive into your main luggage to go and find it. Now, one of the things I really love about this system is once you've got the hardware in place, you've then got a myriad of different options when it comes to different designs of bag and different sizes of bag that you can order from SW Motech. I think the biggest one they do is 18 litres, so you can get some pretty serious luggage up here. But for me personally, I quite like a small tank bag, as I said, just with those kind of ready to go items in there. You also get this handy little storm cover as well, so if you do get caught out in the UK's finest summertime weather, you can always stick this on and ride off knowing that all your kit is going to be really well protected. The other thing that's worth mentioning is this MOLLE system that you've got up on the top of the bag. MOLLE is basically a military acronym for modular lightweight load carrying equipment, and that means that you can put some modular accessories on here, and SW Motech actually do a special dry bag for your phone as well, so you can just thread that onto the MOLLE system and again just add another dimension to your luggage if you want to. All in all, I couldn't be happier with how the install went, and I'm really looking forward to getting out and about on the road and giving it a proper test. And as I said, I'll also be trying out this Ventura system on the back of the bike as well, so a full install and review on the way very soon on the channel too, so hit subscribe for that. Now, if this video has been useful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and until the next one, ride safe.